Alright, so as a child, I played a lot of different sports. I played soccer, I played basketball, and I played baseball. And as I started to get older, I realized that baseball was a sport that I truly liked to play. It was a sport that I had fallen in love with. I would come home every day and I would watch the Chicago Cubs, who were my favorite baseball team. And they would lose a lot, but that was okay because I could watch other teams on TV like the Braves because they were kind of close to where I lived at the time. And I realized that I really loved to watch baseball and I really loved to play baseball, like in games, but I didn't really like to practice. And I realized at that point, well, not actually at that point, but a little bit later on, that in order to achieve the goals that a person has set, they cannot give a lackadaisical effort, but they must show that they are dedicated to accomplishing what they have strived for. And so when I started Little League, I grew before most of the rest of the kids. And that gave me an advantage when it came to pitching because I could throw it a little bit harder and hitting because it would come off the bat a little bit harder. And that means I didn't really, in practice, try too hard. Instead of giving a full amount of effort, I would just kind of joke around with some of the rest of the guys, and I didn't realize that some of the other kids who maybe weren't as good as me yet were really trying as hard as they could to succeed. And by the time that they got to be my size, they had at least my skill set or better because I didn't really try too hard in practice. I was overconfident when I was in Little League. I felt that I could just go out there and play and be better than everyone else, and eventually that ended up not being the case. And once I got to be around high school and these guys were growing to about my size, I really wanted to play for the select team for baseball. And the trials were coming along and we had a couple practices and I started to notice that these guys I had played with before, they were a lot better now than they had been when I had played with them earlier. And I didn't quite make the select team that I had tried out for, and it was really disappointing. And I saw this quote afterwards that was from Olympic swimmer Matt Biondi, and he won a gold medal for the United States. It says, "Persistence can change failure into extraordinary achievement." And once I saw that quote, I realized how I could apply that to my life. And one of the things that I applied that to was my faith in God. And back when I was younger, I wasn't too into reading the Bible or praying or any of the things that come along with being a good steward to God. And now, once I saw that quote, I read my Bible now a lot more than I do, and I try and pray, before every meal and every night before I go to bed. And it's really given me a lot of strength.